Hey everybody, welcome back to Battle Writing Inc. Today, we've got the results for this past week since Set 3 came out in the Digimon TCG, and wow, what a game changer. Like, look at the screen, this is so different from what we've been seeing. Let's get into this. Alright, so those of you that don't know, last week Set 3 was released, so this was the first full week that we really got to see the impact that Set 3 has made on the game. So, first thing, right off the bat, Blue. Wow, where did Blue Omnimon go? It just disappeared. Red, we had a feeling Red was going to do pretty well because Ragnarlordmon was coming out and everyone's all hyped for that. But, wow, the sleeping green giant in the room here. Look at that. Matched red right on for first. 12 total victories this week. That's nuts. So, I mean, what was the game changer, right? So we're going to jump over here. And this is the results. These are the top decks for the week here. And the results that they recorded. Looks like over in Japan, and so immediately, just kind of reviewing everything, you can see the percentage on the sides of, how many of the cards that they were using, and one of the first big ones here, Terriermon. I know he's a big hype fan favorite there, but one of the things that really kind of stood out to me was this, the Blossommon, right? At 91% of the decks this week were using Blossommon. So what is that, right? Those of you might have already kind of covered this in the past, but download -3. For those of you who don't know, download is new for Set 3, and when one of your Digimon digivolves into this card from your hand, you may suspend one of your Digimon to reduce the memory cost of the Digivolution by 3. So you make this level 5 a 0 cost. That's crazy. A 0 cost level 5 basically is what this comes out to be. Great for just stepping up, right? If you're more worried about just the digivolving, less so than just being able to attack, that sort of thing, you don't mind resting to go into this, so that way you can go into your next step up. Which is what we're going to actually look at next as the next big representation, 75% here, using Sarasmon, right? And that's the big one. They got the alternate art here for it. This thing, beautiful artwork. I like the regular artwork so much more. I mean, that is just gorgeous there. Look at all that. But this is kind of the same premise here. The download -3, again, taking it down to an EVO cost of only 2. But you get to do that to your opponent's Digimon to do this. So you get to rest them to bring this guy out, and that is huge. And only for a 2 cost. That's crazy. 12,000 DP there. Pretty respectable for a level 6. Definitely digging this a whole lot. It allows you to just kind of punch through, get rid of their problematic stuff that might be in the way. And just keep on trucking. So very interesting. Did not mean to click that. So what else though? I mean, because that's not all. We're looking at these numbers over here. What else do we have that's pretty big on the board? The Boncho Stingmon, right? Or Bonko. I'm not really how you say that. Is it Boncho or Bonko? Alright, so anyway, this is the other new boss monster. Yeah, they kind of got 2 boss monsters. I guess since they don't have a level 7 for green, they just dropped 2 level 6s for them, which is pretty cool. Very completely different in how you want to approach things between Sarasmon and this guy here. Again, pretty cool artwork there. I'm definitely a fan of the whole classic Stingmon. I thought he was pretty cool. So he's a level 3, or he's a 3 cost evolution here. He has piercing. Alright, cool. A lot of piercing, usually with green. And also, when attacking, if this Digimon attacks your opponent's Digimon with 12,000 or more, right? So the Omnimon players out there, you know, whatever, all other pretty much level 6 boss monsters that you're fighting against, this Digimon gets plus 7,000 DP and security attack plus 2. So not only do you get to just run over whatever boss monster they're throwing out there, I mean 16,000 DP, that's pretty much there just to run over Omnimon, as you know, the big boss monsters out there, just to completely clear them out. And then after that you get to trigger the piercing, right, which will do the security check, and then on top of that you get a plus 2 security check that also triggers with the piercing. So that's crazy. Clear them. Even if you could work out a combo with the Sarismon to tap them, and then go in with the piercing now that they're rested, and just run them over. Really cool combo. A little tricky to work out because you have to be able to stair step into both of these guys in one turn, which is definitely not easy. But at least more doable, being able to use Blossom for the 0 cost, and then the Sarismon for only a 2 mana cost, and then this guy. So 5 in total, not completely unreasonable for sure. Especially at this stage in the game, something like this is you know, not something you're going to be doing just immediately early on. So you'll have a little bit of time to set up something like this. And then that other big one there, the Terriermon at a 75% rep. He's the other kind of the big one here that was used. And his big thing is, you know, he's a rookie. He's not all that hard to bring out. Both players' turn, your opponent cannot gain memory except by tamer effects. So, I mean, what's this going to shut down? It's going to shut down, you know, your Vulcan's Hammer, right? That's kind of a big one for blue, especially with blue Omnimon. This kind of puts blue Omnimon sort of in check. Not completely. I mean, you're not going to be running this guy just to stop just Hammer Spark, right? But also those red decks that are using the whole borrow memory shenanigans, you know, where they attack, they gain 3 memory, and then at the end of the turn they lose 3 memory. So things like that just kind of puts a whole shutdown on that. And especially with going back and looking at these results here, these red decks also were dominating. So what changed there? What was new that they added in for those red players? So right there, only a handful of stuff was added into this, and Blitz Greymon there, just across the board, just 100% of decks were using Blitz Greymon. Wow, that's just insane. 100% using the new Blitz Greymon. So let's take a look at that guy right quick. Piercing, when Digivolved, one of your opponent's Digimon Digivolved by 2. So he's a 4 cost though, so he's a little bit more expensive there than like the other boss monsters we were just looking at that were like, you know, 3 and 2 costs. So definitely on the higher end, but a great counter to, you know, get past problematic Digimon, just de-digivolving them. You know, it gets past, you know, those destruction you know, effects, things like that, which are a little more rare. I mean, you know, how often are you going to come across the Millenniummon? But, you know, the options are there, which is pretty cool. So 100% of decks using Blitz Greymon. I just found that insane. But who wasn't on that list? What is going on? Where is Ragnar Lordmon? Not on a single winning list this week. If you know what's going on, what's happening, why this guy is so hyped, is just completely gone. Oh, also Alter S, but I mean, we won't really. That's the elephant in the room here. We all know that was coming. But yeah, everyone was so hyped for Ragnar Lordmon, and he is completely missing off this list, and I think that's just completely mind-blowing. Again, though, Alter S, I mean, that's the big one right here that everyone wants. When Digivolve, all of your opponents, Digimon Digivolve 1, oh god, just all of them. Just blanket the whole field Digivolve 1. Destroy all of your opponent's Digimon with 5,000 or less DP. Oh, just tack that on there too. Better than the 4,000 or less stipulation of certain other staples that I mentioned in previous videos. So blanket, not only rookie rush strategy, but really 5,000 or less DP, that's a lot. I mean, we're talking champions, rookies, all of it. Yeah, he's just taking it all out. He is wiping the field. But the crazy part is you de-digivolve first. So you blanket de-digivolve the whole field. So all those 5s turning into 4s now are under the stipulation of 5,000 or less DP. So then he nukes the field after the fact. Wow. Just wow. What an OP level 7. Oh my goodness. This guy, yeah, that's why he's in 100% of all red decks. Also probably why red did so well is just this guy single-handedly carrying the entire weight of his team on his back there. So also, when attacking, this Digimon cannot be blocked this turn by returning one level 6 Digimon from this Digimon's Digivolution Sources cards to your hand. So pretty neat. You can't stop him, so he just gets to run right over you. Sorry, but again, I don't know who's going to be stopping him. I mean, you're talking about some high-level black cards that are going to have to get in this guy's way to slow him down. So even then, he's probably just going to say, nah, no, go back to where you were. I'm going to just go ahead and continue on with my little rant. So yeah, what a crazy card. Definitely will make an impact when it releases in English. Again though, LadyDevimon, kind of the closing notes on this. Where are you, buddy? Is it a price thing? Is it maybe next week people will have more time to assemble it? I know he's probably a harder card to get a hold of, but I mean, people are running whole teams or 4-ofs of Sarismon, so I feel like LadyDevimon could have just as been as easy to get, unless people are less willing to get rid of him, and so that's an issue of more of a supply and demand. More people were willing to get rid of Sarismon, but not a lot of people are willing to get rid of their LadyDevimon that they pulled. So maybe that's a factor. Maybe next week the green hype will die. I know people are really itching for green to be super competitive, and so for the first opportunity that they had to really play a good green competitive deck, everyone jumped on it. Maybe that was it. Just kind of my thoughts there on what was going on with this week, because wow, absolutely crazy. Alter S just completely game-changing, switched over and made red the best over blue, who's been dominating for a while, which is probably for the best. We see enough people complain about regular Omegamon that, we need another Omegamon to complain about for a while, right? So, no, but it's good that we're having a tip and balance of power. I like to see it. Sadly, purple and black just kind of not really on the board here. Same with yellow. Again, yellow only has the one good thing so far that I've seen going for it, and maybe people are just burned out on it and switching for something new and exciting. Definitely a possibility. And then purple and black, a little surprised. I thought black might step it up this one, but so far, not looking too good. We'll definitely keep an eye on it next week, see what happens, see if anything changes. But I felt like this was such a worthy thing we had to bring up, right? Because that's just crazy to see green fly up so far to the top, to first place. Well, tied for first at least. Very awesome. Very exciting for things to come when it hits here in February for English. It's so far away, especially because we haven't even got this month's November. Our release comes out. Get hyped, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please support the channel in any way you can. Just liking the video or subscribing is a huge, huge help. And if you really want to support the channel, consider checking out my Patreon. There's a link in the description below for it. You can get access to my Discord server as well as some other cool incentives. Also, check out my official merch store. There's a link in the description below for my Teespring account. You get access to all my cool merch that I've got on there, as well as some other cool stuff, cool phone cases, that sort of thing. But like I said, any kind of support is always appreciated. Just simply liking the video can go a very, very long way for me. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.